Good morning. Thinking about James 4:10. When you bow down before the Lord and admit your dependence on Him, He will lift you up and give you honor. And then I was tying it in with Luke 18:10, 11, 10 and 11, and where the two men were praying to God, and the Pharisee was praying, thank you, God, that I'm not like the tax collector. I'm not an adulterer. I'm not an extortioner. And all the things that he was not. He was comparing himself to others. And yet the tax collector is there and just weeping and can't even raise his head. He's looking at the ground crying, God, forgive me. Give me mercy. I'm a sinner. And basically Jesus is teaching that he will be justified, he will be saved, he will be forgiven. The love of God will come to the man that is in that humble place. Those who exalt themselves will be humbled, but those that are humble will be exalted, because their identity isn't rooted in what they do. And so often we focus so much on what we do, on behavior, rather than the heart. And all it is our heart being changed and pursuing God and just knowing our need for God, instead of us trying to justify ourselves, and our whole identity is on us. Blessed are those who know that they're spiritually poor, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. See, but we're always trying to glorify ourselves because we aren't secure in our identity. Once we know who we are, that we're loved by God, and that's at the foundation of everything, that sets us free to love others unconditionally. If not, we're always searching and striving for that love and affection, and we're in competition with others, instead of being free to celebrate when others succeed, instead of being in competition with others. I pray that you can experience just freedom from self. Self is at the core of everything. Every struggle we have, self is at the core. If you got a problem with somebody, it's because self is in the way. We think, we always compare ourselves to others. The reality of it is, the one, I was thinking of Galatians 2:20 again. I always go back there, but it's becoming more and more clear. Paul says, for I have been crucified with Christ. That self-life has been put to death. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. He's submitted his life fully to Christ, and he's living from that posture. That way he's in a place of contentment in his life. He figured out the secret of contentment, because it's no longer about him. Now his life is about giving and about loving unconditionally instead of conditionally. It's about coming from a place of freedom. So his circumstances can't toss him about. He's not in fear. He doesn't have anxiety. He's not in that place. He's just walking. Wherever he goes, he's able to be the light and the love of God. And we have that ability when we come to the end of ourselves. But that's the struggle that we have. Inside the church, we just live in this compartmentalized Christianity. But at the root of it is still self-centeredness. So the key, I think, is just die to self and live. Love y'all. Hope you have a good weekend.